Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Dr. Kevin from the New Renaissance, and welcome to our webinar series. The series targets how to have a successful practice anywhere with or without insurance. But before we dive into episode number 1, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I coach some of the most successful and humanitarian DCs on the planet. Together, we form the New Renaissance. We're contrarian to other coaching groups and we've been called almost the Navy SEALs or the Special Ops Unit of chiropractic. While the rest of the profession insists on cramming as many heads into a room as possible, you know how that number goes, T&R provides one-on-one guidance because of the unparalleled results it yields. I'm not just a coach. I'm a lifeline. I'm someone who understands you and is in your corner every step of the way. I take the burden away from you and allow you to do what you do best, be the doctor. Now, enough about me. Let's get into it. This webinar is about being successful anywhere, any place, with or without insurance. The first concept may come as a surprise to you, but here it is. Your success, or lack thereof, is because you're practicing an outdated model of practice. I know, who knew, right? Look at the screen for the symptoms of using an outdated model. You'll probably find yourself somewhere in here. See any similarities to your practice problems right now? Now I want you to look at the other side of the diagram. What you're now seeing is the updated model of practice and all the positive aspects that come with it. Imagine that you're currently earning what you are right now and multiply this 3, 5, or 10-fold. Now that's powerful and that's exciting. That's how great this new model is. So now what? You're probably agreeing with this, being a way that you should practice, but you just aren't so sure how to make the transition from the old to the new. And I understand. For those of you who aren't quite convinced, let me break down some of the outdated model for you. It forces chiropractors to engage in non-clinical activities that have to be performed in addition to clinical care. Some chiropractors spend as much as 40% of their time dealing with insurance, staff, compliance, electronic health records, or paper record keeping and other forms of administration. If patient care slips to only 60% of your focus, your numbers and your clinical results will slip accordingly. The outdated model of practice does not allow you to offer your patients anything under symptomatic relief. They're not receiving the true benefits of chiropractic, and so they stop coming to see you. From here, you enter a never-ending downward spiral that includes working a lot more, making less, referral rate plummets, and guess what? Your retention also goes in the toilet. You'll be forced to practice the way people want you to instead of the way you want to practice. So instead of being a generalist, let's be a specialist. This is way too much emphasis today on the symptomatic picture of the patient and far too little emphasis on chiropractic. Come on, guys and gals. It's the formation of a relationship built on trust with each and every patient that promises practice success and patient wellness beyond your wildest dreams. Changing the paradigm or the culture in your office is the key to having the practice of your dreams. You'll make a profit and have a hell of a lot of more fun every day. Through the outdated model of practice, you work to meet the expectations and opinions of others while draining your own life spirit. Living in this state of drudgery and helping only symptoms only, it doesn't move patients from disease paradigm to the health paradigm. Practicing this old, inefficient, outdated model, they'll come into you exactly like they would a lawyer, also known as only when they're in trouble and for a few forced visits only to get out of trouble. These patients will also belittle you, disrespect you, and put very little skin in the game because they have so many other options besides you in the disease arena. This may surprise and shock you, but what your practice really wants, or what your patients actually really want, is someone in their corner that understands them, inspires them, and takes care of them. They desperately need someone who's going to make sense, who's going to meet them at their level, ditch the technical lingo, and to bring them towards health in a very complicated world of disease. Someone that's going to be their guide. Someone that's going to see things through for them. A specialist is regarded with a deeper respect and more cooperation than a generalist. In other words, patients want to have a relationship with a specialist, not a generalist. And if you're honest with yourself, you currently have patients that have not made a lot of progress clinically, and yet they continue to come to you. I know it. Don't be funny with it. It's really what's happened. They believe in you. And because you believed in them, that's the power of the relationship. It's like they're not going to break that relationship. Even if things aren't going as good as they want them to, they're still going to stick with it. When you're stuck in a disease model, no one has your back. And when patients feel this way, they get scared, they get defensive because they doubt you. They become skeptical and resistant. They're reminded of being let down, and they're so afraid of once again feeling insignificant, like they don't matter, they don't care, and they don't choose to commit to care. Sound familiar, doctor? When you begin practicing using the updated model, you'll see a dramatic change in both the new patients you attract as well as the current patients you have. This includes seeing kids, ongoing care, corrective care, wellness care, and difficult cases. You'll have patients who see the benefits of chiropractic, and so they'll pay for their care cash or outside of insurance. It doesn't matter. They want their care. And all these new entities in this upgraded model, it adds up to 3, 5, 10, or even more folds your current income. The whole profession keeps searching for these new entities in the old, outdated model. They're not there to find. You're not going to find them. You should be having goosebumps right now just talking about it. I am. And at TNR, we're always on the lookout for DCs that have always suspected there's an untapped potential within them and are willing to do the work to realize this potential. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the first episode of how to have a successful practice anywhere with or without insurance, and keep an eye out for episode number 2. And it's one that surely you don't want to miss. So until next time, Dr. Kevin out.